Dathana's message. To whoever finds this journal, my name is Dathana. I may now be the last member of the Mage Conclave of Kethsi. I tell this story in the hope that it may help others who come under threat from the terrible force that is the Dragonkin. In the late summer of the year of Babutang, Elder Mage Etheron returned to Kethsi from a 6-year expedition to the Outer Plains. As Etheron passed through the World Gate, we beheld a beautiful sight. Behind him floated a great stone, patterned as if it were a great terratoise shell. "Good tidings, my friends," said Etheron. "I bring with me an artifact so powerful, it shall bring great prosperity to our people." The stone was taken to the Mage Conclave at Mount Firewake. The first few months were a wondrous time for all Kethians. We managed to use the great stone to work many spells. Spells to make our crops more bountiful, spells to restore our cities to the height of their splendor, spells to drive back our enemies. Our people were happy for a time, but trouble was not far behind. A strange and vicious race appeared from the east and began to attack our settlements there. Survivors of the attack reported a race of reptilian creatures that called themselves the Dragonkin. So, we set in motion a plan to use the power of the Great Stone to vanquish this new enemy. The 52 Grand High Mages of the Conclave stood surrounding the fortress of the enemy and began the casting of a spell that would show the multiverse the might of the Kethsi. Things did not go as desired. Enraged Dragonkin flew from their fortress as the great spell was cast, but they did not crumble and die as expected, and instead grew in anger and strength. We found ourselves under attack and running for our lives. Only 9 of the Conclave survived. More attempts were made to combat the Dragonkin, but it became apparent that every time we used the Great Stone, the Dragonkin grew more powerful, more enraged, more violent. Our foremost philosophers noted that the Dragonkin only appeared on Kethsi after Etheron had brought the Great Stone here, and we had made use of it. They posited that, perhaps, they were some sort of defense mechanism to bar the unworthy from using the stone's power. We have now stopped using the stone, but I fear it is too late. The Dragonkin are now incredibly powerful, and they continue to decimate our cities. The Conclave headquarters were destroyed 2 months ago, and I have retreated here to the Isle of San. I fear it is only a matter of time before all life on this world is eradicated. We have one final hope. A weapon crafted from a material from the Outer Plains. Bainite ore can be used to smith a unique metal, which can be magically tuned to especially harmful to certain creatures. We then used a tempered anvil located here in the Isle of San to turn it into arrows and bolts. We turned these arrows against the Dragonkin and, for the first time, managed to kill some. But the ore is rare and our supplies run low. Hedrick and Feely left Kethsi in search of more, but they may not return soon enough. If so, our fate is sealed. But if by some miracle someone finds this book, perhaps there is hope for other worlds to learn from our folly and survive the rage of the Dragonkin. There should be a tuned Bainite ore scroll in this room to teach the necessary spell. Cast it on parts of certain deceased creatures to tune the Bainite ore against those creatures. Whether you can find a source of Bainite ore, or one of the special anvils used to create Bane bolts and arrows is another matter. May the spirits of Kethsi guide you.